The laughter came first, loud, sharp. It cut through the low hum of the mess hall like broken glass. When his hand struck her shoulder and her tray clattered to the floor, a few heads turned, then quickly turned away. He laughed again, louder, this time because he thought no one important had seen it. She stood frozen, heat crawling up her neck, eyes locked on the puddle of spilled soup spreading at her boots. In that instant, she understood something cruel and familiar. Humiliation is loud when you're alone. Before I tell you what happened next, tell me in the comments where you're watching from. I love knowing who's listening. Her name was Ava Collins. She was new to the bass, new to the rhythm of early mornings and late nights, still learning how to carry herself in a place that weighed confidence like currency. She wasn't weak. She just hadn't learned yet when to speak and when silence kept you safe. The man who hit her wore confidence like armor. He leaned close, said something under his breath that made his friend snicker, and nudged her again as if to remind her of her place dot around them. Forks scraped plates, boots shuffled. The mess hall smelled of coffee and metal trays and something heavier. Ava bent to pick up her tray, hands trembling, cheeks burning. She told herself it would pass. It always did. She told herself to disappear. She didn't know she wasn't alone. At the far end of the hall, a conversation stopped mid-sentence. A fork paused halfway to her mouth. One by one, the men and women in worn uniforms noticed the stillness in her shoulders, the way her breath hitched. They noticed the laughter that didn't belong. They noticed him. The first seal stood up without a word. Then another, and another. Chairs slid back in unison, a low thunder rolling across the room. The sound of eating vanished. Plates were set down carefully, deliberately, as if any sudden noise might shatter the moment. Ava felt it before she saw. It's the pressure change, the way silence can feel heavier than sound. She looked up that. They were standing, all of them, not angry, not shouting, just present, a wall of quiet resolve. Their eyes weren't on her, they were on him. The man's smile faltered. He laughed once more, uncertain now, and glanced around for reassurance that didn't come. Someone near the front spoke, voice calm, almost gentle. Pick up her tray. For a heartbeat, the man hesitated. Pride wrestled fear. The room waited. Dust motes hung in a shaft of sunlight by the windows, suspended like the moment itself. Finally, he bent down. His hands shook as he gathered the tray and set it on the table. He mumbled something that might have been an apology, but no one leaned in to hear it. Ava's chest tightened not with fear, but with something unfamiliar. Relief, dignity. She straightened, unsure where to put her eyes, unsure if she deserved this protection. She wondered, just for a second, if standing up like this was right, or if it went too far. The question dissolved when she realized no one had touched him. No one had threatened him. They had simply refused to accept what he'd done. A woman stepped forward, placing a fresh tray in Ava's hands. Her smile was small, steady. "Sit with us," she said. The seals sat back down together. Eating resumed. Conversation returned, softer now, kinder. The man drifted away, smaller than he'd been minutes earlier, laughter gone. Ava sat, heart still racing, and ate in silence. She felt eyes on her, not judging, not curious, but watchful, protective. She thought about how easily cruelty hides in plain sight, and how powerful it is when ordinary people decide they've seen enough. Later, as she left the hall, she realized something had changed. Not the world, just her. She walked a little taller. She met the air head-on because respect isn't demanded by force. It's enforced by unity, and sometimes, the loudest stand is made without a single shout. If this story moved you, share it with someone who needs to remember they're not alone. Subscribe for more stories of courage, justice, and quiet strength. Tell me in the comments what moment stayed with you the most.